Episode 9 of To Be Hero X, we open where we left off, the escape of Lao and Cyan. They are immediately thwarted by the owner Zhang. We discover he has the sloth factor from ReZero. The remnants of his power are the invisible hand. He grabs Cyan, holds her midair. Lao sacrifices himself, attacks the owner. To free her for a moment, she enacts her luck ability. A truck crashes through the front gate. She escapes. How this entire scene unfurls is my biggest gripe with the episode. Because her luck ability should have enabled her to have had the truck crash through the gate prior to being captured by the owner. Her and Lao should have been able to escape scot-free. Because whenever she holds space, the intention for a certain outcome in any scenario, the best outcome is the only outcome 100% of the time, except in this one instance where she harbors arguably the greatest desire for a good outcome. It's inconsistent with her ability, but the writers had to engender some conflict in any sort of way, which, fair enough. After that, we find the zero to hero tale of Cyan as she goes from singing beggar in the street to superhero idol. Also, my theory from last week, it gets muddled a bit. When she was talking to Lao about how she has always had this high trust value, seemingly before she had memory, she's linked to the crash. I think she's alluded to being linked to the lab, a fabricated experimental hero human who has innate artificial trust value built into them. But seen as when she tries to buy a lottery ticket, she has no trust value, thus she loses, doesn't win the lottery, is inconsistent with this theory. But it's also inconsistent with what was happening at the time, because even though she left the orphanage, she had many devout followers from the cult who were continually seeking her. They still had trust in her. They still had trust value in her. Maybe it's because they only knew the sacred maiden and not her, but I don't think that jives because she had trust value when she was the sacred maiden, even though they didn't see her face. So I find it hard to believe she had no trust value at the time. Then, as she's building renown within the streets, singing, a hero agency catches wind of her. They also discover her truth, that she is the sole survivor of the crash, the plane crash. The owner immediately knows he must sign her as a hero to his agency, basically because of this fact. This lends more credence to her innate value. There's some sort of intrinsic link between her, the crash, the laboratory, and her ungodly luck power. The owner knows. I want to find out. Eventually, she gives a concert, her opening concert. Back at the orphanage, Lao is listening in an empty room, albeit with a soul old radio, listening to his friend thriving in life. The owner then comes in, begins whispering inscrutable words into his ear. I believe they were truth spun with lies. That his parents died in the plane crash. And it was Cyan who was responsible because his visage, his countenance changes from joy, love to hate. He's going to be the arch nemesis for Cyan. It's cruel. At the end of the episode, we also see everyone else at the orphanage has turned into zombie type beings. And then we get a glimpse of the owner himself, with a red glint in his eyes. Maybe he has gone over to the dark side, committed to the Spotlight organization. Maybe he's the founder of the Spotlight organization. This is where the fear comes from. There's no robotic implements to help encapsulate the power. No, it's out sprawling wherever it wants to go. This may be the origin story of the evil organization. That is my theory, at least. That's it for episode 9, though. Anyways, peace.